happens after you're fully vaccinated. So here's why doctors say getting that second shot doesn't necessarily mean you have a free pass.
Doctors say it takes up to 2 weeks after the second shot for your immune system to fully respond to the vaccine. Even after that, they say you should still wear a mask and practice social distancing. They also warn against non-essential travel because remember, no shots offer total protection. And even after you've been vaccinated, it's still possible for you to get infected and pass the virus on to someone else.
So, doctor, I think in many respects, people have been led to believe that when you get that second dose, it's like you ran through the finish line and now you're good. But maybe that's not the case necessarily. What's your recommendation here? What should people do?
Yeah, it's nothing new, Rich. We're going to continue the same recommendations as before. Remember, nothing is 100%. We have some evolving studies out of the UK and Israel, which say after getting 2 doses of the vaccine, it can reduce transmission by about 90%. But that's very preliminary. And I'm not sure how we can get those studies done in the States. The reason is the ones from Israel and the UK was successful is because they both those countries have exceptional contact tracing, and that's why they were able to do it. Israel, of course, has upwards of 75% of the countries vaccinated, so they were able to go over this study really well. But like we said, only 89% decrease in transmission, preliminary studies though, and that's going to give you that 10% which you can still transmit the virus. So please go ahead and wear your masks and social distancing.
Okay, I'm going to throw another hypothetical at you now. Let's say you're fully vaccinated, but you come into contact with someone who did test positive for the virus. Do you still quarantine at that point? What does the CDC recommend? How do you go about dealing with that issue?
Yeah, it's a great question, Rich. And what I would do in this situation is as long as you've been vaccinated and it's more than 2 weeks, I think that gives you that protection. Remember, for Pfizer and Moderna to get to 95% protection, you need that time period. So at least 2 weeks. And another thing to understand is, and it's got to be less than 3 months. We still don't know the actual durability of the antibody response to these vaccines. So as long as you've been vaccinated for 2 weeks and above, or less than 3 months for the duration of the vaccine.